This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stock Box interview.
Joining us today is David Lenegas, the CEO of Vinanz PLC. Thank you very much for joining us again. David, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thanks, Mark.
Well, thank you for joining us. Of course, news today on operational update where you've got your miners spinning, 100 miners spinning. They're at 99.5% efficiency or running. And I think that gets you approximately 1 Bitcoin every 40 days, or roughly speaking. So this was, of course, the first phase, if you like, the test or the proof of concept. How's it going, and your point of view?
Yeah, well, it's going really well. I mean, it's exactly what we thought it would be. We wanted to test the relationships with the data centers in North America. Our model is we don't want to own infrastructure. We want to own the miners. We want other people to connect them, power them, and put the assets into our wallet. We've now got Nebraska operating very well for us. This is the 100 miners that we installed in June that have gone into Labrador in Canada, being run off cheap hydropower. The relationship with Block Labs is fabulous. The kit arrived, they installed it. Within days, it was operating within our wallet. The machines that weren't quite running to spec, they serviced them. And since then, we've been running at better than 99.5% availability and efficiency for the machines. And, just looking at the numbers, those 100 machines are generating for us around about a Bitcoin every sort of 40 to 42 days. Okay. So it's absolutely proving the model that we wanted to do.
And your break-even price at the moment is approximately 20,000. If the Bitcoin price is at 20,000 US dollars,
it's probably lower than that. But all we're saying right now is it's sub 20,000.
Okay.
And it's more a function of corporate overheads, which are very, very small for us. At the moment, we've only got 120 Bitcoin miners spinning. The plan is we'd like to be up to closer to 500 by the end of this calendar year. Now that we know that the model works, we've got a good working relationship with Block Labs in Canada. They have a number of other data centers that we're looking at quite closely in Quebec, where they can get Quebec hydropower. And power is a big component price of operating costs.
Indeed.
So now we're looking at the next installation for us will be a cluster of either 100 or 200 Bitcoin miners. And that 200 miner installation that we're looking at the moment, that'll mine a Bitcoin every 20 days. So the plan is to be as close to 500 Bitcoin miners spinning by the end of the year as possible.
Okay, so 500, as close as you can get to 500 by year end. Okay.
That's the plan.
Do you plan to effectively replicate the model that you've already rolled out there in Nebraska, albeit perhaps in different jurisdictions to reduce the risk?
Yeah, no, that is the model. I mean, at the moment we're America, Canada. The next installation is probably more likely to be Canada because the power costs are cheaper.
Okay.
Power costs in the United States are coming down quite a lot. So, probably installation number 4 will be somewhere back in the USA. Okay. We're keeping our mind open on that. But, we've got a very good relationship with Block Labs. If we put an order in tomorrow, we can have 200 miners spinning within 2 to 3 weeks.
So what are the next steps and how do you plan to move through the next phase? You're going for 100 miners, 200 miners, and how do you plan to do it, and what timing are you looking at to get this next phase going?
Yeah, but we're at 120. The next one we're looking at is around about 200. The capital cost for something like that is sub £200,000. So we're looking at either sort of debt, equity, from revenue share, from what we're already getting. So we're really sort of running through the economic scenarios of that. The key thing we wanted to do post-listing was prove that the model works. So we're very excited that, from our perspective, it is. And once we sort of get to sort of 400 or 500 miners, spinning in North America, Vinanz is in a really solid financial position. I mean, our cash operating costs will be sub $15,000 a coin. we're still very hopeful that we'll see Bitcoin next year and the year after well through $100,000. So the focus for us is how quickly can we get to 500 miners.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time. If you're targeting that 500 before year end, I'm sure we'll be talking again before year end as you roll out different phases running up to that 500 target. But thank you for your time so far today. David Lenegast, CEO of Vinanz PLC.
Great. Thanks, mate.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.